watching you. Yeah, I know. Again, I'm doing it again. Because I just feel like chatting again. I don't know why. Because I have no topics of conversation as such. Other than, hey, it's Friday. We are now officially in, I don't know, some people, I'm slipping, I keep slipping and calling it level 4 lockdown when technically it's tier 4. Level, tier, I don't know. So that is now all but essential, what's deemed essential shops open, like only essential shops open. Obviously, well, that was already in place. Pubs, restaurants, cafes, etc., all shut. Takeaways still allowed to stay open on a strict, takeaway only thing. I think there are certain things that, you can click and collect. I don't know what those things are. Because most non-essential shops do the click and collect thing. Well, supermarkets do as well, but I don't know. So that's it until December 11. I guess it's gonna make, when there's a sunny day and I want to get in and maybe just, if I can, it's a longer walk. If I feel like I really want, because I miss it. Sorry, the Clyde. when I don't get to go there after a while, I really miss it. And so, well, obviously we're in there yesterday, and I was saying to the other half, should we just, I'd like to just, while the day is sunny, and should we get down? She wasn't keen. She wasn't keen to go anywhere that, took us out of that particular little Kelvin Groove enclave, West End, it was surprisingly not that busy, really. So we got out of Kelvinal State subway, and walked down that bit of. So it's still technically Argyle Street. What is it? I don't know. Whatever it is. I'm still learning, as you can tell. Bear with me. I don't want to get my head in the thing and do this, but just so I know, just because, I don't know right now. Because I'm so bad. Right, let's see. Of course it would. Oh, what was I saying yesterday about? Was it yesterday or recently about roads turning into like other, like a name of a road turning into another name, like some way down. So of course Argyle Street turns into Dumbarton Road. So I suppose when I'm talking about it in reference to that, I guess it's, hang on, let me get my bearings. Where's the subway? Yeah, I mean, come out of the subway there, then it's technically Dumbarton Road as you get down that bit. Just stick to a name, guys. Well, for the short distance, it's Dumbarton Road until it turns back into Argyle Street. It wasn't very busy along there, so I mean, it's been busier. Um, but, you know, I don't want to push it kind of thing. There were things I wanted to do and just try and get it out of the way and over and done with rather than having to get out and do some stuff today, which we did. And got messages at the little, just so there was just, you know, it was all done and dusted. I mean, we're pretty much good, you know. I was gonna say we pretty much got Christmas sorted. Not in that sense. Not in the sense of like presents and, you know. I've got to share this, right? So I know him. I know of him. I know him by face and stuff. You know how I was talking about the neighbours across the road and their Christmas lights? Well, he was taking his dog for a walk down around the corner at the little park area around the corner. Robert. I learned today because I haven't actually spoken to him other than a very brief hello and goodbye months ago. Now, I'm terrible, right? You know, my other half kind of knows the neighbours and has spoken to them and everything. We have this running joke about the neighbours that live next door to Robert. I will get to him. So the neighbours that live next door to Robert is John and his wife. The other half was told her name, but she hasn't remembered it. It's terrible. So we have this thing about John and his wife, right? We're awful. It's awful, but it just, you know. So I think I might have talked about this before, I don't know. John does this really sweet thing in that I think his wife works and she drives and they have a car, and so like she goes off to work every morning. I think John's retired, right? Well, I assume he is retired because he doesn't seem to like go out to work anymore. So she goes off to work, but he like kind of sees her off, you know, like he comes out and opens the gates up for, you know, so she can drive out, and he waves a goodbye and everything. It's like really, really sweet. They've had, I think they were away like it must have been around September, some like middle of September or something. They were away for a week, and we were kind of like, ooh, you know, I wonder where they're gone, and like, it's just, it's these bay windows. They can't help but just be Dories, and I have to explain that. I have to explain that term. Nobody's gonna know what that means other than a few fellow Aussies that may see this. A dory is like a sticky beak, basically. It's named after a character in a soap opera called Number 96. I think she was in Number 96. I think so. I was very young when this thing was on. And the character was called Dory Evans. And she was like the kind of, you know, sort of street sticky beak, knew everybody's business and everything. And she would be like a proper, you know, curtain twitcher, like watching everyone, you know, being Mrs. Neighborhood Watch, but, you know, not, you know what I mean? Like just the person who's just wanting to know everybody's business. So, I don't know if this was for everybody else, but my mum started adopting this term of like calling someone who was a curtain twitcher and a sticky beak a Dory. So now whenever I kind of think about the thing and, mean someone who is that kind of curtain twitching sticky beak, I just refer to them as a Dory. I call myself a Dory when I'm like doing stuff and like checking out what's going on outside the observation deck. um, so yeah, so they came back and there was all this like stuff they were doing. John and Mrs. John, I call her, because the other half doesn't remember her name and I don't know her name, so it's John and Mrs. John. um, and they were like moving stuff out, and there was like big rolls of carpet that they were bringing out, and they were obviously just doing a spring clean and stuff, and taking stuff, I think, for the like brief time that the tidy tip was open, wherever the hell it is. I don't even know where our nearest tidy tip is. We don't have a car, so don't need to worry about it. And so we started thinking, well, I said to the other half, okay, they're taking out rolls of carpet. You know what that means to you? She's like, what? And I go, well, that's like bodies rolled up in there. And she went, don't, they're really nice. But then she kind of like joined in, and then ever since, we do this thing where when we see them, if we just happen to be looking out the window and I see John outside and he's going off, and he's got his little backpack. We're going, we reckon there's a couple of legs in there or something. Maybe he's off to like find another victim. Really terrible. Like, it was just like making out the street serial killers when they're absolutely nothing like that at all. We're really dark and it's really awful. They're really lovely people. I actually haven't met them. I'm probably gonna just die of embarrassment when I actually do. Oh my god. Yeah, I know. I've been here nearly a year. I don't really know the neighbours. Like, I'm like pointing this way, which is like, obviously to my left. So I've met Nori and his wife, which I don't know her name. And my other half was told her name, but hasn't remembered it. So it's like Nori and his missus. It's like John and Mrs. John. If I get told the names, I'll remember them. And there's Robin over there, and there's, can't remember his name now. That's Robin over there, and that's, can't think of his name. Help. We haven't really talked about him much. So, Robert, who has the Christmas decorations across the road, was down around the little park around the corner on Ashfield Street, and he just like waved and said hi, and we were like, hi, and he can like come over to this, it's all fenced, this bit of the thing, and he goes, oh, how are you both? You doing okay? And we're like, yeah, it's, we're doing okay. And is that Lenny all right? You've settled in now, haven't you? And we're like, yeah, it's all good. And I kind of said like, I'm liking the decorations. They look really good. And he was like, oh, good, that's good. Oh, thanks. And he goes, well, I'm going to be keeping my eye out now because, I've thrown, like, he didn't kind of say word it like that. He kind of just, he sort of, the gist was, I've thrown the gauntlet down now. So I'm expecting big things from you too. And he's going, you got like the prime location, just. He said, if I had your place, I would be going crazy. I'd have the whole lot with the reindeer out the front and everything. So, we're under some pressure now to like completely just, spruce up the place. I don't know how. I don't know how we're going to get all these decorations. I did say to him, well, gotta have the money that's required to get these things as well. But I was saying to the other half last night while we were looking over it, going like, oh, his decorations are so nice. And I'm going like, oh, all that hedging we have out the front, we could just have like lights draped all over the hedging. It was really lovely. So yeah, and then I'm thinking like, and I said then, we're gonna like stand up at the Ridge Hill Park and see if we can see our lit up house. We probably could actually. I had something in the post today, and it wasn't my redelivery of my mystery item. It was, I have my copy of Overillusion, which I may, if I don't listen to it tonight, then, well, I can always cheat and listen to it on Spotify, but I shall listen to it probably tomorrow, I think, again, because I haven't really listened to it for a while. Yeah, so ta-da! This is like the first Bowie thing I've bought in, I don't know, over a year, probably 2 years, because I was buying some, pardon me, I was buying bits of vinyl, so things like, I don't know, reissued, like, things like, what did I get? There was stuff that came out like anniversary things. What would it have been? Don't know, because it would have been like 2018 and going, what would have hit an anniversary? Unless it wasn't a milestone anniversary, and going, what would have hit an anniversary? Don't know. But I'm sure I got like a gold vinyl copy of something. Probably Ziggy? Maybe? I think? I don't know, I can't remember. I know I got gold vinyl of something. Maybe 2 things, I think. Sorry, I'm taking a drink. Can't remember now. I want to look, but then I know it'll just take me ages to look, and I could pause and then look and then say, yeah, that's what it was. Anyway. What else was I gonna, I was gonna talk about other music, like, pardon me. So, yeah, one more drink. So I have a writing machine. I will get this other copy of. I went and got another copy of New Gold Dream on the half speed master because I was thinking the copy I've only played once because I wanted to keep it pristine. It sounded amazing. It sounded like just gorgeous. I played it the once and I recorded it, and I can't remember what I recorded it onto. I think because the other half was saying that it's like she used to put stuff on video tape because it's quite good for audio archiving. It's better than like cassette tape. So I might have done that, but you know, obviously that's quite inconvenient, not that easy to, you know, just I mean, it's a great way to archive and preserve. It's better than, you know, not that I'm better than putting something on a CD, and better than it going onto a cassette tape. But you don't sit around just getting your videotape out and getting your VHS out and up and running just so you can listen to something. It really is purely for just preservation, archive purpose kind of thing. So I thought, well, if I get another copy, then I can play that one. I can play that one to death. Well, not to death, but you know, I can just whenever I want to listen to New Gold Dream on vinyl, I have an actual copy that I can just play and enjoy instead of worrying about, you know, wearing out and not keeping it preserved. So that's why I went for another copy. I got Catherine and Bernard Butler's album on CD coming. About things I'd like to get. There we go. There's the thing. I haven't listened to the other one. They're bringing these out in like kind of. I can't remember how many they said there's gonna be. 6, I think. Is it 6 or is it 3? Can't remember. Let me see. I'm putting my head in this thing again. Sorry. But it's for a purpose. Let's go to David Bowie. I haven't listened to the other one. I haven't listened to No Trendy Russia Faye yet. I have no idea if I'm even saying that right. But I'm saying it how he sings it in Strangers When We Meet. That's how he says it. So I'm assuming it's near enough to be in correct pronunciation. Let me see. That's a nice thing. I've seen that before. I do beg my pardon. Oh, there's pictures of him with Lou Reed there. That was ASAP, by the way. He's just over there, Kevin. God God damn. I don't know whether that's where it says part 2. I thought there was a thing about how many they're doing. Yeah, 6. There'll be 6 of them. So this was 1. No Trendy Rochefort is 2. 4 more to come. I don't know what other things are going to be in there. But I like this because of, you know, there's like stuff from outside on it. And I think the other one is going to be like this as well. It's going to have stuff from outside on it. I don't know whether it's going to be, I mean, that's Birmingham 95. This is Dallas 95. So, but they say the albums, the 6 of them will be 90s, like live material from the 90s. So I don't know how much more of a mix-up there will be of, because we're all going to be 95, and it's just... Alright. So the No Trendy Rochefort one is the Birmingham NEC 13th of December 95, so that was the final outside tour gig. Anyway, sorry, yeah. So, I might have a little dabble in No Trendy Rochefort over the weekend. Oh, I see, I fell asleep listening to this, and I'm now looking at the over the track listing again and going, he does Joe the Lion. Listen to that for 3 songs all in a go. I'm Deranged, Joe the Lion, Night Flights. Or even Joe the Lion, Night Flights, Under Pressure. Oh my god. I do just about remember that version of Under Pressure was very, very good. Trying to think what else I've seen and want, or... Oh, I tell you what that I want, that I still haven't got, that has probably been out over a year now, is the Big Gold Dream thing, the Scottish, like, music box set thing that Cherry Red Records bought out. Oh, it just, that sounded so good. And it isn't really on Spotify. I don't think it is anyway. Come here. Shall look again. Maybe it is there now. The Big Gold Dreams thing is there. So it's Big Gold Dreams, a story of Scottish independent music, 1977 to 89. And we have, what do we have on here? Can't remember whether it was Dead Vandals or Saints and Sinners. I think it might be Dead Vandals. I think this was a thing with it. Some things, some songs are missing on it, and they don't appear to be playable, because there is definitely a Mind song or a Johnny and the Self Abusers song on there, and I can't see it listed. yeah, nothing shows up in the track listing. But I know there is something of theirs. I say theirs, you know, quotation marks. But it's not showing up in the track listing of it. But I know there is. Because it was there in full. In when it first came out, the thing was up in full, but it isn't now. Cause if I look, sorry, I know I'm burying my head in this, and I should bring you forward a little bit. Oh, you poor things. So I'm not going disappearing when I'm looking at stuff. See, because we're just sitting around chatting, you know. I mean, I hope you're doing cool, because, yeah, I'm okay today. Weather's been treated. We got out and did our messages and kept dry fairly much. Amazing. It's a small window of opportunity which we took. You know, we're learning this fast of like, you know, the weather looks good, just get out there and get on with it and just get your shit done. I think you probably can hear at some point, sometimes, Mr. ASAP over here. Let's have a nice little sleep. Still available, this thing. It's a really nice looking box set. 5 CDs. It looks really good. Dead Vandals. Dead Vandals is on it. But it's not on Spotify. It's not listed on the track listing for the thing. It's a bit shit. So, there's actually... What's that? 47. Hang on. I'm doing a count on the track listing. So that's 47, that's 68, that's 90, it's 100, 115. Right, I'm probably counted that wrong because I'm really bad at mathematics these days. Right, so that's 50. Sorry. Yeah, 115, because 94 and 21 is 115. Oh my god. Just showing me out the veins is really bad. So there's not even that much of it, of the actual thing on Spotify, because you look at it on Spotify and there's 65 tracks to listen to. So there's 65 songs you can listen to on a thing that has 115, then, you know, it's not exactly the whole box set there, is it? And definitely Dead Vandals is not part of it. But Dead Vandals is there elsewhere, I'm sure. I'm sure you can listen to Dead Vandals on Spotify. Yeah, there it is. I think it's on this other thing called, was it Real Good Fun or whatever it is? Don't play it! Oops. Good Clean Fun. It's a Chiswick Records thing. Um, yeah. So, I would like to still get that at some point. When did it come out? I mean, it's Jesus Christ. Let's see where it came when it came out. I don't think it says, does it? Pardon me. I don't think it gives me any clue. I'm looking at the thing of it on Cherry Red Records. Don't think it says when it came out or when this thing was written. Ouch. I'm sure it was like maybe 2018. I think possibly it came out. It's really nice. It's a really nice box set. Anyway, yeah, so that I should just look at Spotify itself and see what it says about new stuff available. Ah, yes, I shall listen to that tonight. The Memes EP is up. I love memes. Not much else though. Don't know who else I want to get into, or who I should devote some more time to. I've tentatively been, when I was doing the thing with T-Rex and Mark Bolan, I was doing some for Mr. Reed as well. Don't know. I should be asking for some recommendations, maybe. I'm really I'm a creature of habit though. This is the thing where this kind of stuff has taken me this long to get round to, because I like my stuff and then I like my stuff and then I listen to that stuff until I'm probably completely and utterly sick of that stuff. And I don't get easily persuaded into stuff, and I generally don't try to take in a lot of new stuff all in one go. I say new stuff, I mean new stuff for me, not necessarily stuff that is current and new, but stuff that is new to me. So over these past 3 or 4 years, getting into Roxy and the magazine and Talking Heads, and who else have I kind of taken to? I think I'm slowly getting into it and probably gonna maybe get into Gang of Four more. Yeah, I don't know who else. I mean, probably Lou Reed himself as well, I guess. So just, other than just going, yeah, no transformer, and yeah, and kind of when I was saying about the thing of like the people I've gone into as a consequence of being a Bowie fan, they were the only things that I kind of attached myself to in terms of Lou Reed, was listening to the Velvet Underground, the Nico album, and listening to Transformer. They were the only, that's as adventurous as I got in relation to that. Whereas I suppose with Iggy, yeah, with Iggy I did more. And another name that I forgot to mention, who I probably actually should get into more with that as well, is Brian Eno. Because I am kind of familiar with Eno's stuff, like certain things, you know, I know things from, the Apollo thing and Another Green World, and, you know, I know things, but I don't know a lot. I've not dabbled a lot. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Oh, having explored Iggy more naturally than there are some things I leave alone. Like I can't say I'm really gotten into the Stooges much. I have listened to Raw Power because that was the thing of like devouring info about Bowie and just pursuing all the, and being that thing, the information sponge of like wanting to know things. So like I explored the stuff that he did as a producer. So that's how I got to listen to Transformer, because before I listened to Transformer, all I knew was Walk on the Wild Side. that was pretty much it. Oh, hang on, no, I tell a lie. I knew more than Walk on the Wild Side. I knew Walk on the Wild Side and probably... No, would it have been... What did I have been? See, look, I have to look this up. I don't even know when that came out. I'm going, like, when did New York come out? And would I have known Dirty Boulevard by then? Because I'm just so bad. I'm really not that good with some stuff. Let me see. When did it come out? When did New York come out? 89. Oh, well, probably by the time I was starting to do that, because like 85 I become the Bowie fan, and then probably it did take that a bit of time to get myself like Bowie, super Bowie obsessed, and having just about completely immersed myself and drowned myself in the Bowie catalogue. I probably was then by that point, looking beyond. So I guess I would have known Dirty Boulevard by the time I started to explore those things. And it's my little guilty secret, my little thing is just, I'm putting it out there. I don't care. I freaking love it. I love you, Suzanne. I love it. And I know now so much that it is just so atypical. But I love it. I can't help it. I'm trying to think of what else I would have known, but it's honestly not a lot, really. I didn't even know a lot of Transformer. I knew Walk on the Wild Side. It really was like just listening to something completely new for me the first time I listened to it. I can't even remember when that was, to be honest. I can't even remember when it was when I listened to it. And I have dabbled, over the past couple of years, I've dabbled in and out. I tell you what, I did it. I didn't last the whole thing, but I really, really tried as long as I could. I think I lasted about 20 minutes. It's probably about 19 and a half minutes more than most people last. I did. What's the word I'm looking for? I committed myself to listening to as much I wanted to last through the whole thing of Metal Machine music as I could. I lasted 20 minutes. I think that's pretty damn good, considering it's literally just a monotone freaking, like, nothing changes. I was sitting there listening to it, waiting for literally a key change. There was nothing. There was absolutely. I don't know. I've yet to kind of see anybody out there on the interwebs going, Metal Machine music is my thing. Like, I can't listen to it every day. I just love it. Never seen anybody admit to that one. One sec. Sorry about that. Where was I? Oh yeah, my head is buried in this friggin' thing. And we're like 48 minutes in. Oh, fuck me. I was like, hey, we're talking. We're just chatting, having a thing, I should break this up into bits, really, shouldn't I? But then the bits would just be all long bits. I did try Street Hassle once. I listened to it once. And I remember actually listening to it going, oh my god, it's just... I mean, the Minds made Street Hassle just, they made it concise. Yeah, and wow, I mean, Lou's version is really, really heavy. I mean, I think Jim took out all the kind of, like, all the sort of drug referencing bits and stuff, and basically, like, she's ODing and stuff. Oh my god, I'm just like, oh, nah. Been there, done that. Don't need to, like, hear about it in the song. I mean, I don't mean personally. I just mean I've witnessed people ODing and stuff, and it's, I don't need to, like, just relive that kind of stuff in a song, Yeah. Anyway, oh god, this yes, shit, that was deep. Sorry, that just took me somewhere like I really didn't want to go. Oh god. The Raven was sounding good. That's what I was listening and did listen to when I was falling asleep. But the Raven was sounding well. I like the Vanishing Act track from the Raven that I heard, and then I was like listening to the Raven after that one night. I think I'm pretty sure it was. I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe I went to listen to it and then didn't. I don't know. I may have to like just. But with Iggy, sorry, getting back to it. See, that's gonna be really freaking long now. With Iggy, I kind of like. Not so much as Stooges. I did listen to Raw Power. This is where I was getting at, because that was my way in with like kind of exploring Bowie's collaborative some backstory as well. My way in was him being the producer of Transformer and of Raw Power. So I listened to Raw Power and then I listened to Transformer. And after Raw Power, I just sort of went, oh, I'm not sure about the Stooges stuff. Let's don't worry about that. Well, we have like The Idiot and Lust for Life. And then so I went into those. And then beyond that, I kind of went, what comes before it, I think? There probably isn't anything really. What comes after? And so I kind of listened to New Values and then listened to Soldier with that just not at the time, didn't even know. And that's my little like story in of that as well, because there's Play It Safe. I remember Play It Safe well. Like I remember listening to it and just, you know, and taking in the backing vocal and going, why does it sound like Bowie's vocal is being like dubbed? Like, you know, why has he sung twice? Why has he sung the backing vocal twice? This is what I was thinking, like at the time. I'm going, why has he done the backing vocal twice? And then it's not until years later and I'm a Minds fan and then I'm, you know, and then we hear about the thing and I'm going, fucking hell, it's Jim! It's not David twice. It's Jim. Because I really honestly thought that I'm going like, he's done his backing vocal twice. I genuinely, honestly, I went, he's done his backing vocal twice. That's really weird. Like the years ago that I was listening to it. But I still was thinking like, no, that's really weird. Like, why is that like that? You know, like just, there was something that just kept on like in the back of my mind going, he can't have done the backing vocal twice. And then, I don't know, like post knowing, you know, kind of just listening to Soldier again one time and then knowing the story and knowing that they're on it and then it's playing and it's like a light bulb moment that just went boing. I'm going, fuck me, that's the other voice. It's Jim. Like it was just like my brain just went like, what the hell? I had convinced myself ages ago that it was just a Bowie just doing like 2 takes on the backing vocal. Yeah. So I actually would play Soldier to death. I really like Soldier. Before, even knowing the connection. I suppose I should. Well, maybe that's who else I should like explore, because we do have hand claps on a Gary Newman record. um, I can't say I've ever explored Gary Newman much either. Like, to really, I mean, oh my god, I absolutely freaking sorry, I have an itchy leg. I absolutely adored Cars. Absolutely adored Cars. And like, I do love Our Friends Electric as well, but not as much as Cars. Like, I friggin' love Cars. I mean, there's that kind of, that thing where you get the goosebumps when you're like listening and stuff. Like, just the end of that, the end 30 seconds of that with all that synth and it's like, it still does it to me. Like, just amazing. But, I mean, and everybody raved about, what is it called? My Name is Ruin? Is that what it's called? And I never explored it at all. Like, I just didn't listen to it at all. I still haven't. I think that's what it's called, isn't it? Is that what the whole album is called? Or is it... Oh no, the album is Savage. I haven't listened to Savage. And people were raving about it. I haven't listened to it at all. So, see, I don't know. I need to explore more stuff, I think. But again, like I was saying, just I am a stubborn thing when it comes to that kind of stuff. Probably why it took me so long to be the uber mega Simple Minds fan that I am now, because I just had this set list of people or groups and bands that I like, and yeah, I mean, they were in a love, like, I still have this thing with people like, say, I know Jim's gonna roll his eyes about this, but yeah, me and Brian McGee, it must be a drumming thing. That was almost like me and Bobby McGee then, me and Brian McGee. ELO. I'm sorry, but it's just freaking love ELO. But I've never listened to whole albums of theirs. It's always just been like a hits thing. And I do that with Cars as well, with the Cars. I love the hits, but I've never explored anything beyond that. I never explored whole albums, and that's how it was for many years with Minds. Well, not a million years, but yeah. Um, it's strange because nobody else at that point was I there going like, they're really freaking amazing. I should really explore their back catalogue. I wasn't really saying that about anybody else. And it was just one time I was listening to them. And I think I was like, I don't know what I was on. Probably Love Song. Because I think Love Song is like, he'd have been on hit stuff. But it wasn't, you know, it's not like people go, oh yeah, I remember Simple Minds for Love Song. I mean, you have to be, excuse me, you have to be a certain level of fan to kind of know it, I think. You know, I unlike Promised You a Miracle, or unlike Don't You Friggin' Forget About Me, or unlike Alive and Kicking, where you could go, who's that? You could play an excerpt of those and go, who's that? And most people would, I would think, would go, Simple Minds. If you played Love Song, I think you would have fewer people go, and you went, who's that? You'd have fewer people go, Simple Minds. So it was probably that, you know, just me like to listening to the hits on Spotify. I tell everyone, I go, you know, without Spotify, I don't think it would have happened. And I can see myself in the room, in the bedroom, just kind of laying their headphones in and with earphones in, and just listening. And I had this thing where I lay on the bed and I'd just like look at just the ceiling and stuff, and I can actually feel myself in the place, like looking, like laying on the bed, and actually we had our room in a different way that at that point, so I'm like looking the other way, and I can see myself like looking up, and I'm looking at, we had this like airing cover thing, and I'm looking up at the bit of the ceiling and the airing cover, like it's really like strange, very vivid memory of it, like crazy vivid, like I'm laying there and like looking at the thing, and I'm going, God, this song is really fucking awesome. Like, Jesus, they must have like just, gotta have like so many other songs that are like this. Like, why am I not, how am I not, I'm just going through this in my head while it's playing, going, why do I not know more of their stuff? Like, I gotta like listen. Oh, I really have to like just, you know, dive in, explore, and listen to them, because I mean, I know this, and you know, and I'm like rolling them off in my head, so they're going like, Promised You a Miracle is really good, and I'm like, you know, and I know like stuff from Once Upon a Time. I know Alive and Kicking and Sanctify Yourself and High Jungle Land and Ghost Dancing, and I know they're all really good. All the things she said, and I'm going like, there must be stuff like further back in time that I gotta just like I just gotta explore them. And I started to, but I gave up really quick. Much to my detriment. because it was 2006. It's really weird. It was 2006. I was going through one of the lowest points of my entire life. Right there. And so I listened to Life in a Day. I know I'm going all over this all of a sudden. I don't know. Yeah, I listened to Life in a Day and kind of went, yeah, that's alright, I guess. I don't know. And then I sort of went on, I don't know. I think probably gave it like 2 or 3 listens and I went, oh, it's not really doing anything for me. I don't know. And then I just sort of went, I just gave up. I didn't even know why I didn't just go, move on to the next one. See what the next one's like. Didn't do it. Just kind of went, meh. I'm rude that I did that. Such an idiot. Because had I probably did what I did end up doing in 2014 and gone, because the same thing happened in 2014 when I tried again. I listened to Life in a Day and I went, oh. Actually, but it kind of went somewhere more that time. I was like, yeah, I hear something. I mean, obviously now I feel much more I have much more of affinity for the album now than I did even in 2014. But I was going, yeah, I hear some things and there's some things I like, but it's not the strongest. Let's move on, you know. Let's move on to the next album. Let's see what I get from that. Absolutely knowing nothing, like nothing. Hadn't heard, like it just, even anything that we now know is like, what? Like me just going, I never heard Changeling. You would, and now I go like, what? Didn't know Changeling, didn't know Premonition, didn't know Factory. Like just things that you would think like, oh, maybe you would have heard those in the periphery, like somewhere along the line. Not a sausage, nothing, absolutely nothing. Knew not a thing. So yeah, that was, and I'm Team Felt. I'm definitely Team Felt because from the get-go, from the first listen, I just went, wow, this is a bit trippy. And I like that thing. I like that trippy. I like trippy. Oh, sorry. Oh my god, this is gonna be so fucking long. I'm gonna have to, I don't know. How am I gonna put it in the 2 parts? You'll just have to take your time. You know, you just watch a bit and then come back and watch a bit more. Oh, right. Who else I explored as a consequence of being a Bowie fan? Kraftwerk. Yeah. And, well, probably, actually, that was due to Iggy, really. It was Iggy playing Rhineta that got me listening to the Dusseldorf. And And then from that, just Noi and don't listen to Can that much. I had some Tangerine Dream. I do like the kind of stuff. And kraut rock. I tend to use the term motorate rather than yeah. But where was I with them? So yeah, real to real kind of just, you know. Got a little bit more kind of in. And then I get to Empires and Dance and just go. You know, did I know my travel? I think probably from like listening to hits, I think I might have had some exposure to wide travel by that point, but all the rest of it, not a sausage. Possibly, maybe. I don't even think I knew Celebrate either, no. I think I probably maybe heard I Travel a bit. Not much though. So, yeah. Oh my god. Oh, I can just wax lyrical from this point on. Yeah. Oh my god, it's 1 hour 12. Oh, Jesus Christ. How can I talk for this long? And, like, nobody. I'm not even looking at you. I gotta do something about this. I gotta, like, when I'm just gonna film it, I don't know, what have I got around that I can just... Actually, my eyes keep on averting over there because it's a picture of Jim and he's like, eyes look at me, and I'm like, I'm looking at him. That's where the conversation's going tonight, and I'm just oh god. Anyway, I've got a really fucking itchy leg. And I'm gonna go maybe talk to a real person or something. Possibly, I don't know. I'll probably be all talked out. Somebody wants to talk to me now, I'll be like, I've done a bunch of talking. We're just having a chin wag about music and stuff. I was going on about Bowie for like ages and whatnot, and Bowie himself, there's like music I got to listen to because of his influence, and then, you know, I'm going on about how I became the sort of mega Minds fan-ish girl, squealy fanny girly thing that I am now. Gym obsessive. I'm off now before this gets really embarrassing.